Good evening, everyone. My name is Branon Gilbert, and I'm sitting here with Brandy Giles, who just received the Irma P. Hall Black Theater Award Medal for
Community engagement.
community engagement. So, how does it make you feel to receive that honor?
I am honored. It's just mind-boggling. It's such a beautiful audience out there, and I know everyone works so hard, but to be acknowledged for the work that you're doing, it makes a special place in my heart. So I feel really pleased.
Awesome. So, tell me a little bit more about the work you do.
Oh my goodness. So I work with Dallas Theater Center, and I have the privilege to oversee all of our community engagement and educational programming. So day in and day out, my job is to make sure that the community, Dallas, has access to the work that we do on our stage. So I'm doing free workshops, I'm providing free tickets, I'm creating opportunities for our actors who are on stage to engage with the community.
That's amazing.
It brings me joy.
That's amazing. So, I would say, what was one of the highlights so far of your career?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I teach a workshop at Beckley Center, and there is a participant. Her name is Miss Martha, and she is my resident mother, and she checks in on me, and she vetoes guys that I try to date because she doesn't think they're good enough for me. And so it's a consistent joy because there's someone looking out for me when my own mother's too far to do so.
Well, that's good because you look out for the community.
Yes.
And so somebody needs to look out for you.
It's nice to have that.
So, Brandy, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you.
And thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I am sitting here with someone I know really well, who I consider a friend, and I've known your family forever.
Yeah.
So, Hope Cox, you just won. How many Irmas do you have now? That's the real question.
This is my third.
Third Irma. Okay. So, best costume design, Chicken and Biscuits, Theater Arlington. So, tell me, what was it like working on this show?
It was so much fun. I got to work with so many legends on this show. Denise Lee, Sheridan Keaton, Tyrone King. So that was amazing. And I got to do a very churchy look, which my background is church. If you know my family, my dad is a pastor. My grandpa was a pastor. I've got aunts and uncles that are pastors. So it was me going home and having so much fun and getting to put Denise Lee in a really big hat.
That's always fun, I'm sure. So, when did you develop a love for doing the costume design?
Oh, since I was like 5, I was designing for my Barbies. And from there, it never stopped.
So, from Barbie to the big stage, and then next Broadway, right? We're doing Broadway design?
I mean, if Broadway will have me, I'm working my way there. We're trying.
Okay, so tell me, what's next for you?
Ooh, I've got something at DTC this summer. Oh, I'm actually working on a DTC and Stage West show right now. Everybody go see it. My mind is blank, so I can't recall. Primary Trust,
Okay.
yes.
Primary Trust. It opens at DTC this week.
Yes.
Okay.
And some Jubilee. Looking for Jubilee.
Okay.
Yeah. I do everything.
She's everywhere. So check out the shows.
Let's go to my website.
Yes, go to her. What's your website?
HopeCox.com.
Okay, hopecox.com. And you can also follow you on social media. At where? Hope Cox?
Hope D. Cox.
Hope, D is in Danielle. I'm making that up.
Sure.
Cox. Yeah. Hope Danielle Cox. Follow her on all social media.
Auntie gonna be so mad you changed my middle name because we share it. It's Denise.
Denise. That was my next guess. Okay. Well, Hope, thank you so much for being here and congratulations.
Thank you.
So I am here with the winners of Best Limited Run Production for Bo. So right next to me is the writer, director, producer, creator, every of the show. So Yvonne Penn?
Yes.
All right, make sure I'm saying it right.
Yvonne.
Yvonne Penn. And so Yvonne, tell us where you got the vision for this particular show.
Absolutely. Well, the vision came while I was watching the trials for Amber Geiger. And the moment that Judge Tammy Kemp said, "This is the people's courtroom, let the people come inside," I felt like it was a call to action, though I knew she wasn't literally talking to me, as an artist, to use my craft and use the theater that we know and love so much to keep the doors of the courtroom open, and for us as a community to look this tragedy in the face and deal with it.
No, thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that. So I want to ask, who do you have sitting with you?
Oh my gosh. I have Josh Burley, a fabulous actor, very
Let's go.
dapper. We have Chrislyn Faison, like the best AD ever, and the best tap dancer you have ever seen in your life, Sean J. Smith, twinkling right here.
Yeah.
Yes, because I remember in the show, as the people were texting on social media, he tapped out that. So I do remember that. So I want to ask you all, how did it feel to be part of this production? And I'll start with you, Josh.
Man, look, it was a blessing in disguise, honestly, because I ain't gonna lie, I was real nervous working with Yvonne because she comes with a lot of energy. Like I'm like, am I gonna match up? But with it though, like this the time frame, the effort, it was a blessing working with this cast, like especially with Christopher Hill, who's actually a Grambling alumni. Shout out to Grambling State University. But with it though, it was a blessing. I was pushed, I was challenged, and I accepted the challenge. I am honored and I'm blessed to be working with Yvonne and Chrislyn and Sean. Like the cast within itself has been a blessing, even just a big blessing just to win this award as well. So I'm thankful. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you all so much, man. It's been a blessing being a part of this group.
That's awesome. Crystal and Sean, anything to add to that?
Yes, thank you. To be a part of this project, just echoing Josh, was truly a gift and a blessing. One, I think Yvonne's writing is poetry, and the tribute that she wrote for the Botham Jeff Foundation to his life and to what happened in our city, I just think was so timely during when the show opened, and it truly impacted me as an artist to continue to do work that presses against bounds and continues to show truth and tell stories of truth. So yeah, her writing was one of the hugest impacts for me throughout this project.
I would just say that sometimes as artists, we can feel like we're alone, like on an island. And doing this project, I was like, wait, all of this Black excellence, like I didn't know it was here.
Yeah.
Like, and it was so humbling to be with just such amazing artists who have something to say, and like with Yvonne and her vision, but also the whole cast with just real like ideas, opinions, life experience to bring to a project like this with such an important purpose. It was honestly one of the most meaningful projects I've ever done, and I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. So thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, SheFW. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Irma P. Hall, everybody. So this has just been absolutely 100%. This was a wonderful.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. Congratulations on a show well done. And I know a passion project for you. Shout out to my homie Christopher Hill, who played Bo. So congratulations, Christopher, and to the rest of the cast who could not be here. You guys are phenomenal, and best wishes to you.
Thank you.
Right. Well, I am here with Miss Sheila Walker, who just received the Irma P. Hall Black Theater Medal for DFW Illumination. So, Miss Walker, tell us first, how does it make you feel to receive that honor?
I am just humbled. I've seen other people get awards in the area and everything, but when they told me that I was going to get it, surprise, but grateful and very happy. All those things.
All those things.
Yes.
Well, I read your bio, and I'm gonna tell you, it's very impressive. Like I'm mad that I didn't know you before now because your bio is so impressive. So over your career, tell me what are some of the highlights of your career?
Well, I think just going to Booker T changed my life. I'm not attending there, but teaching there. It was part of the very first group that of teachers that were a part of the faculty there, and it was in conjunction with the Dallas Theater Center that I realized that I found my calling to become a musical director in theater. So I did local theater and all the local theaters there, but the Dallas Summer Musicals was one of the glass ceilings that I had to break. Yes. And Tom Hughes, the late Tom Hughes, was so kind in that. From there, going to New York, I think another place in my career was the first time I did Broadway, which was Don't Get God Started. And that was 6 weeks after I got to New York. Which doesn't normally happen, but it's kind of who you know. And then from there, just navigating all around the country and around the world, to Japan and to Europe and other places where people they kind of marvel at my work, and the Black woman was doing something that normally white men do. So those were highlights, I think, of my career.
So I'm going to ask you a tough question. Do you have a favorite work that you've ever done?
Ragtime.
Why Ragtime?
It came at the end of the last century. Brian Stokes Mitchell, I did get to work with him before it went to Broadway. We did the LA production, LaChance, Brian Stokes Mitchell, and several others who went on to do it on Broadway. But I was asked to be the associate conductor for that, and I had seen the movie years before, and I also had heard about it. They were workshopping it in Toronto, and I said, I really want to be a part of that. And I just envisioned it, I dreamed it, and when it happened, I could not believe it. So that has always been my favorite. I got to actually be the London supervisor for it. Years later in 2013. And so, 2003 rather. But that's the one that just sticks in my mind as my very favorite. I think The Color Purple is the second one, but Ragtime is it.
Wow. Such an impressive career. Well, Ms. Walker, thank you so much for taking this time. And again, congratulations on your honor. So well deserved.
Thank you so much for this. I'm in a little daze right now thinking about what just happened. I hope I said something that made sense out there.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you so much.
Well, I'm sitting here with Keandra Brooks, who just won Best Choreographer for Sister Act, Jubilee Theater. So, Keandra, how does it feel to win that award?
It feels really great. I've been dancing for as long as I can remember, and got my start with Jubilee with Color Purple a few years back. So it's just an honor to actually be getting this award now with Jubilee again for another great show such as Sister Act. So I'm happy and blessed.
So tell me, I know you, of course, choreographed everything. Did you have a favorite part or something that really stood out to you while you were working on that show?
Oh, that's a great question. It's tough because I know people are like, there are no favorite moments. I think if not the grand finale, When I Find My Baby was one of my favorites. Just working with the men on that cast was great. Just seeing them push and go for it and take risks. And all of the unexpected things that we had to choreograph for. I think a lot of times people forget that everything on stage has breath. And so finding those moments for the things that weren't in my notes, those are fun.
Yeah, those are always fun. Well, I saw the show and I enjoyed it. I loved it. Okay. I loved it. Chris Black Jasper is my buddy. Okay. So her as Mother Superior, she was amazing. And so, and I just always love, one thing I love about this show is where Sweaty Eddie is in one costume, he switches to another one and then switches back. So was that complicated for you?
That was a time. And like, I'm a dancer myself. Mm-hmm. And so I'm used to quick changes, but the 2 times over in the middle of a show and we got to make sure to get it right, that was stressful for me. But everyone was just hands-on. We tested it out. Costume designer was ready to change and make adjustments as needed. And we made it happen. So I was nervous though, but we pulled it off. I'm happy.
And one last question for you. So what's next for you?
Ooh, what's next? Well, I currently have a production coming up with Circle Theater. I'm the choreographer for Ain't Misbehaving. Oh, yes. Okay. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Anything else? Coming soon.
Coming soon. To be continued.
Yes.
And so how can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me on my Instagram at Keandra Janae, KIANDRA. JEANE. So yeah, that's my main place. Okay. Facebook too, you'll find me in my full name, Keandra Brooks.
Okay. Well, awesome. Keandra, congratulations once again. Thank you for the work that you do, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right, well, I'm sitting here with Michelle George with Bank of Texas. So Michelle, congratulations. Irma P. Hall, Black Theater, Medal of, I was about to say Medal of Freedom, but Medal
that would be great too.
but for philanthropic support. So tell me about the work that you do for Bank of Texas.
So I manage community relations for Bank of Texas in the Dallas and San Antonio markets. And in that role, I have the honor to use the bank's resources to bless others through our philanthropy.
Community reinvestment.
That's right.
Awesome. So I'm a banker at heart. I used to work for a bank, Chase, a long time ago.
I'm an artist at heart.
Are you?
So,
Okay, that's
full
funny.
circle going.
Yeah. So I've worked in the financial services industry my entire adult life.
Gotcha.
So I know how you feel. So tell me, what is it? How does it feel to really support the arts and the things that like this and other arts activities around the DFW and San Antonio area?
I think the arts are especially important right now. In a world where there's so much turmoil and just vitriol, just back and forth with a lot of people, right, on different sides. The arts are a way to disarm people and bring them together through storytelling. And I think storytelling is so, so important to our society. It's what keeps us human. And so I think as a person who gets to use, those resources to benefit nonprofits and whatnot, that using those resources to invest in storytelling that brings our society together and maybe helps make us be whole is so important.
Yeah, because if we think about it, our stories are kind of all the same.
They are.
We just look a little different,
That's
but our
right.
stories are the same.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, just thank you for the work that you do. Thank you to Bank of Texas for the work that you all do, especially in supporting the arts. Congratulations on your medal.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Well, I'm sitting here with my auntie,
Hey, B.
Yolanda Williams from the CW33,
Yes.
I might add.
Yes, thank you.
So, featured actress in a musical.
Yes.
Thunder knocking at the door.
Oh my God.
So tell me, what was it like working on that show?
Oh wow. Oh my goodness. So everybody, some of our families here tonight, not the whole cast, but just to be on stage with a great group of people. We were friends on and off stage, and we support each other. We still call each other. It was the Dupree family, so we commonly call each other, "Hey, Dupree, where you at?" But I'm very, very grateful. Sometimes the theatrical experience is not always the greatest. Everybody's not going to like everybody, but we really were blessed and lucked out to have such a great rapport with one another. We hee and kiki and laugh and go fellowship. It was beautiful, really beautiful.
Okay. So tell me about the character you played in the show, and how does that character, or does it rather, relate to you in real life?
Oh my goodness. So I played Good Sister Dupree. I really, we are similar in age and just similar in our values and growing up in the South and our love for blues music. And my friend Kevin Moe wrote the music for this actual show. And so I told him that we got nominated, but I remember when I first talked to him, he said, "Who are you playing, Good Sister?" And I said, "Yes, I am." So he already kind of knew. He says, "Yeah, I see you playing that part." So she's very close to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So your day job, the CW33, Fun on the Run with Yolanda. So you still come on at 4 o'clock?
No, they changed the time to 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock Central Time, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday.
So
Your dad is a big
my
fan
dad
of
is a
my show.
fan.
I love it.
Shout out to my dad who loves. So between you working at CW33, you don't really get a lot of time to do the theatrical stuff, right?
No, I don't. And because I missed it so much, and when Gwena first approached me about doing this show, I said immediately, before I read the script and I knew Kevin was involved, I said, I think I really want to do, and it was a lot of dialogue. It was a lot of time on stage, and I hadn't been on stage in about 10 years. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm glad I pushed myself because it was so fulfilling. I look forward to doing this show every night, putting on the costumes. My friend Renee was nominated for best costumes in her category. It all around, Soul Rep did a great job, and it just fulfilled me so much. And I looked forward when I'm walking in the theater every night. And I really would like to do the show again at some point if they, decide to revise it, I would love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw the show.
Yes,
I
know
loved
you
you.
did, yes.
I loved you. I was so proud of you because I'm used to just seeing you in your element on TV.
Yeah, but a
so,
lot of people don't know.
Right.
I'm a musical theater baby.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So if you had to do another show, is there a dream role that you have?
You know what? I have never done Ain't Misbehaving.
Oh.
I would love to do that show. I'm a huge Fats Waller fan. I've never done it. You know, Liz and I talk about our careers over the last 40 years that, you know, there's some shows you're going to repeat. Like I've done Once on This Island twice. I've done Ma Rainey's Black Bottom twice, but I've never done Ain't Misbehaving. Now, she, on the other hand, she's done it quite a few times, but I would love to try to tackle that. Yes. Because I'm such a comical person anyway. I could just eat it up. Yeah.
So Giles, you heard that. Auntie Yolanda wants to do Ain't Misbehaving for the Urban Arts Center.
I need to just place my order.
Just place your order. We're gonna place it to go. Pick up at the next window.
Oh, yeah. I love that. Yes.
So Auntie, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations.
Oh my God, thank
so
you.
well deserved.
Thank you so much.
She was in tears before she came and sat down with me.
I didn't expect it. I didn't. Thank you.
But we love you. Congratulations.
I love you guys too.
And enjoy the rest of the
I
night.
will. Thank you.
I am sitting here with the amazing directors of the Soul Rep Theater Company. And so I want each one of you to introduce yourselves and tell me what your role is with Soul Rep.
Anyika McMillan Harrod, and I'm one of the co-founders and executive director.
I'm Gwina Bennett Price. I'm a co-founder and I'm one of the artistic directors over theater.
Hello, my name is Tanya Holloway. I'm one of the co-founders and a co-artistic director in the film department.
Well, I will say personally, I have seen your shows. I love them. So congratulations. I just saw Richard III not too long ago. Loved it. So tell me, first of all, how long have you all been around?
30. This is our 30th anniversary year.
I knew that because I'm also a subscriber.
Yes.
Welcome. So I'm a newbie. This is my first season subscriber. So I'm excited because when I saw all the shows that you have, I said, I want to see all these shows. So I was like, let me sign up. So let me ask you this. What has been, and Gwen, I'm going to come to you with this question. What has been your favorite part of working with these two ladies?
My favorite part of working with these two ladies is the trust, the love, the respect, and that both of them keep me striving to do my absolute best. They're so talented and the bar is so high. Whenever they step out to do something that when it's my turn, I'm like, I got to live up to it. So I just love that I'm surrounded by people who make me strive to be better. Every single time I try to do something.
Okay, that's awesome.
Iron sharpens iron.
Iron sharpens iron. Okay. So Tanya, what is one of your favorite shows that Soul Rep has done?
Oh, wow.
I know that's a tough question.
Like, which one of your children do you like the most?
Right. Oh gosh, that's a hard one. Well, I love her stories, but I love her stories because of the magical collaboration and the time that we put it together. We've done her stories a couple of times, but I love the first time that we did it at the African American Museum. It was very magical, and we got the blessing of Virginia Hamilton, which was the book we did the stage adaptation of her book. And it was just creativity at its best.
Okay, that's awesome. So I will ask this one final question. Tell me what's next for Soul Rep, and by next I can mean next level, next season. What are you looking forward to doing today, tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now?
Well, I would say we look forward to, as I said in the interview on the video, just really fulfilling our potential. We've got it. We have an amazing team. The Dallas community is so supportive and such great talent here. I think just the world is really our oyster when it comes to what you're going to see on stage and on film in the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Anything to add, Gwen?
I look forward to Soul Rep having a permanent home in the arts district where we belong.
Yes. I look forward to our reach going beyond. It is in a sense, but a reach even further beyond the city limits, and to really be a national household name. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you all are well on your way to being, because you do amazing work. And I'm so glad that I get to experience that for this season and in seasons past. So congratulations again to Soul Rep Theater Company, Theatrical Excellence. Job well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm sitting here with Zachary J. Willis. So best actor in a play, I Am Delivered. So tell me, Zach, what was it like working on that show?
I'm Delivered has really been, it being a new work has been a process that I always enjoy, just being able to build a character from the beginning. Jonathan Norton's words, when I first read it, I was like, oh, this is like revolutionary, what we are able to do. And I'm just really grateful that I got to do all of the readings, all of the development, but really Pickles and I'm Delivered receives so much. He gets the love of all of these characters. So and that mirrors my process with the theater, that mirrors the grace and the favor that I've been able to work with so many people like Liz, who just won again.
It ran out on us.
And Miss Ife Butler and so many people, Robert Barry Fleming, our director. There's so many people that are just lifting me up, and I just hope that I can continue to share and hold up the legacy that everyone before me has built. So
I'm gonna ask you this question. So how much is Pickles
and how
like
much is me?
you?
I would say that Pickles is he expounds on me in all directions. He's a bit more insecure than I think I am. He's a bit more petty than I think that I am. He's a bit more flamboyant than I think that I am. But it was a wonderful opportunity to just play with all of those crayons and throw things at the wall. He reminds me a lot of the people that I grew up with, the very open, flamboyant people I grew up with, that I had some sort of that I worried for, not based on themselves, but for the systems and the world surrounding them. So I'm just happy I got to do that, and to be recognized by my peers and by the people that I aspire to grow into is an honor.
Okay. Well, I saw the show. I loved it. Thought you were amazing. I see several Dallas Theater Center shows, so Liz as well. I always love seeing you guys in those shows. So congratulations. Job well done.
I appreciate it.
So I am here with repeat winner, multiple Irma Award winner, Liz Michael for Fanny.
Yes.
So
the music and life.
The music and life. Fannie Lou Hamer, Bishop Arts.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Right. So I like most shows that are nominated tonight, I saw you perform in that. You were simply amazing.
It was a labor of love
in that show. So tell me, what did you enjoy most about that show?
I'm still on fire. The honor to portray a living legend who just matter of factly with her gold tooth and sitting in her realness is what touched the nation when she walked on the floor of the Democratic Convention in 1964 and said, Mr. Chairman, I am Fannie Lou Hamer. And people, you had well-spoken Black people like Dr. Martin Luther King and other wonderful orators. But here she was, the sharecropping woman that just spoke from her heart. And that's what touched me. There was no pretense. But she meant every word she said, so much so that she ran for Senate herself. Wow. They blew up her house, they shot up her home, and they beat her with an inch of her life just because she wanted to register to vote. Not actually vote, but to register to vote. They beat her with an inch of her life. Wow. She until she died, she had damage. The optical nerve in her eye. It was something going on with her kidney because how severely they beat her, all for a simple wanting to register to vote.
Which proves how powerful our vote is.
And this is what she said also. She said that people will lie, steal, and cheat and want to kill you over trying to register. Then this voting thing must be a powerful something. Right. So that was one of the honors of my life. I'm still on fire. I want to revisit her story again at some other part of the country. It's needed more today than it's ever been needed before. Right. And so the fact that art is able to do that and make people think And I can't tell you the number of people, the white people came to me and said, well, I'll never not vote again because of seeing this piece. Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you one last question before I let you go. How is it to be the only actor on stage in such a powerful show?
Well, I wasn't the only actor. When I think of that show, I was portraying Fannie Lou Hamer, but the audience was the other component. Because I had to reach out and connect with other people to tell that story. And I would look directly at people. I would engage with them. So telling her story was one thing. Also, because I had the miraculous Yarborough and Peoples and Kevin behind me, I was not alone. I was surrounded. I was surrounded by her spirit. She evoked, all of these wonderful people that she would talk about. And so I wasn't alone. And I also have to add, I'm not Ife Butler from I Am Delivered, who won Best Featured Actress in a Play, but she played my girlfriend in that performance. And I'm honored. I accepted that award on her behalf. But I'm so grateful. Thank you, Irma's. Thank you, Black Theater Awards, DFW Black Theater Awards. It's an honor to be recognized by your community.
Oh, absolutely. And it's always an honor that you're here. And I get to enjoy talking to you every single year. So congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So I am sitting here with the one and the only Chris Black Jasper, who is a first-time Irma P. Hall Black Theater Award winner, lead actress in a musical, sister act, Reverend Mother. Oh no, Mother Superior. Mother Superior. I saw the show. Chris was amazing in the show with all the other work that she does. So tell me, what was it like playing this role?
Oh, this was so much fun. Most people who know me know I like to be in charge anyway and like to run stuff. So this was right up my alley. But no, I had so much fun just being, pretty much being myself.
Being yourself. The boss.
The boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My children would agree with that. Absolutely.
So tell me, how did you get your start in theater?
I actually, like probably most people, have been acting all my life.
Acting up or acting?
Both of those.
Okay.
Both of those, yeah. My grandparents put us in whatever drama thing the church had going on, the choir, the drama club, all of the things. And then I got an opportunity to go to a live theater when I was younger, and it instantly fell in love. It was Mama, I think it was Mama I Want to Sing. It was Melba Moore. I remember she was in it. I think it was Mama I Want to Sing. But that's when I fell in love with theater. So I've been dabbling a little in it like all my life, I would say, but I didn't really get into it like this until 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to finally, you've been nominated so many times, but to finally win? Like, what is the real emotion associated with that win?
It is affirming. It's absolutely affirming. It says that I am on the right path, that I am doing something that makes me happy and being recognized for that work. So it's a wonderful affirmation. Absolutely.
Awesome. So tell me what's next for you. Or can you tell me?
If any directors are watching, I can be next for you. But no, right now I am stage managing over at Circle Theater, Ain't Misbehaving. So I get the opportunity to be behind the scenes again. So I like being able to be on the stage and off the stage and still be an asset to the project. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Thank you. So I'm sitting here with Sinclair Freeman, Best Actor in a Musical, Thunder Knocking at the Door. So another show that I saw that I really enjoyed. So Sinclair, what does it feel like to win this award?
It is such an honor. It's always an honor to be recognized by your peers for an award, but it's even more special to me to be recognized by other Black artists. So yeah, I'm really honored.
Okay. So tell me about the character that you played in this show And another question, how closely is that character to you in real life?
I'm not at all a shapeshifter in real life. But it's so fun. I feel like lots of Black theater, when it's not made from our perspective, is just like the atrocities that we've experienced. And this was just like a fun, like little story with a little bit of romance and a little bit of shapeshifting that you got to like escape from the world for a couple of hours and hear some good singing. So yeah.
Okay. So I recently just saw you in Richard III.
Oh, yeah.
Soul Rep Theater Company. Great job in that as well. So tell me, what's next for you?
I can't say just yet, but I'll be doing something local.
Okay.
Yes.
Something local. Cool. I understand and respect that. So how can people follow you on social media to know like what shows you're in coming up soon?
I post on Instagram all the time. It's Sinclair the Freeman on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, Sinclair, thank you so much. Congratulations. Job well done, and enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm sitting here with Akeem Babatunde, Best Director of a Play.
Thank you.
So Fanny.
Yeah.
The music and life of Fannie Lou Hamer.
Yes.
So you got to work with Liz, who played Fanny.
Yes, this is my I'm a mentor.
Yeah. So tell me, what was it like directing this show?
Well, it was very abstract because I didn't want it to be a history lesson. Mm-hmm. And the play is written very well, but it's not written in a linear fashion. Mm-hmm. So having to put those pieces together in a theatrical manner and also in a manner in which the message could get across was, I like that kind of work. Okay. I like that I'm constantly looking for different ways to tell stories, and it allowed me that. Okay. And I love that in theater.
Okay, so it gave you the freedom to do what you needed to do. Yes, so tell me, what was it like working with Liz? I know you said she's your mentee. Yeah. So how was it working with her?
It was wonderful. You know, we go back a long time, so there was never anything that was, if anything, it was a little bit demanding because, you know, I grew up in the theater in the 70s, and my mentors were very demanding of excellence. So I would tell Liz a lot of times, I said, I don't want to see Liz. I want to see Fanny. Because that's, you know, Liz is a personality where she could walk into a room or on stage and we'll buy it. Right. But I didn't want that to be dismissed from just, oh, Liz is doing a good job. I wanted us to feel that spirit. And she accomplished it, and the designers. So that was very, very, very rewarding to me.
I will say this: someone who saw the show.
Oh, you saw it?
I saw it.
So what you asking me questions
No,
like
because I want your for the camera. But I will say what your vision came through. So Liz came through to the audience as Fanny. I never saw Liz.
Okay.
I saw Fanny. So well done.
Thank you.
So again, Akeem, congratulations on winning this award and for all of the work that you do.
I appreciate
we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are here, Gwyneth Bennett Price. So, Best Director of a Musical. Thunder knocking at the door. Yeah. So, I know we just talked a moment ago about the work that you do with Soul Rep Theater Company. So tell me specifically, what was it like working on this show?
Well, this was a passion project because I'm a juke joint child and I grew up in the back of shanties where the blues was being played live by my uncles all the time. And so to be able to do a musical in the vein of my life and featuring the blues was a gift. It was a labor of love every single day. And, you know, the real blessing of it was I got to work with Yolanda, which we've known each other forever and never really had a chance to work together. And then my cousin, Jeremy Laverne, with his singing face, made his theatrical debut, you know, in a show that his big cousin was working on. And then Sinclair and Olivia and my student Keelan. I mean, it just felt like the right family, and the Duprees will be with me in my heart forever. Yeah. It just was a magical experience.
So Yolanda Williams just won for Best Featured Actress in the same show. Yes. Sinclair Freeman also just won for Best Actor in this show. So tell me, what was it like? I know Yolanda mentioned that the Dupree family is always now her family.
Yes.
So do you feel the same way?
I do feel the same way. And I love so much that they bonded and that there was a freedom to play in that space. And that is something that Soul Rep provides. We always make it where the actors can't wait to rehearse. Who really wants to rehearse?
Right.
When the vibe is that good and the work is that strong and you're growing every day, you want to be together. And so we had the worst post-show blues ever. That cast was so sad when it was over and trying to figure out, how do we have a family reunion? How do we get back together? Well, tonight is it. This is our family reunion tonight.
And so well deserved for your family reunion. So I know you talked about all the great things that Soul Rep has coming up, but tell me for you specifically, any works coming up for you that you're directing or maybe even starring in?
Well, I'm really looking forward to, I mentioned Diane Tucker when I was on stage. She was my mentor in theater in Dallas, and we lost her a couple of years ago. And we are producing a play, her final work, Madam Queen. And Tanya and I are working in tandem on that because it's mixed media, it's film and it's live. And I'm so excited to lift and honor my mentor with that production. I can't wait.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Gwina, congratulations once again, not just for the work of Soul Rep, but the work you do specifically as part of Soul Rep and for working on this show, Thunder Knocking at the Door. And so, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I'm sitting here with Vicki Washington, who just received the Irma P. Hall Black Theater Lifetime Achievement. So, Vicki, how does that feel to receive that honor?
It feels lovely and wonderful, especially for the fact that it's named for Irma, who is a woman that I love and treasure and have had the privilege of working with. And it feels like part of a continuum. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So I heard you mention in your speech that you felt like tonight was a history lesson. So tell me more about that.
Oh, thanks. I think for many people who are doing theater in Dallas, everybody's not from here, and there's so many folk, Sheila, Liz, Ikeen, Soul Rep, that are being honored tonight or who are being nominated. And so it's a way to know and the stories they were telling, and it's so many things to have people hear and learn about what is Black theater in Dallas.
Okay. So I know you have an extensive career in the arts, but I'm gonna ask you a hard question.
Okay.
What would you say was probably the most rewarding thing that you've done?
The most rewarding thing that I've done, not being flipped, but the most rewarding thing I've done is the next project.
Okay.
Which is going to be Gem of the Ocean that somebody's going to produce and direct and let me play Aunt Esther. But other than that, the most rewarding, gosh, I can't choose one. Okay. I only choose work that I choose work that I feel needs to be done, and then I give it all I have and surround myself with a really great team. And so all of them are very rewarding for me.
Okay. Well, it is an honor to have you here once again. And for a lifetime achievement, Vicki Washington, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So I am here with Dallas Theater Center, Best Play, I Am Delivered. I like that T on the end. I Am Delivered. So with Jonathan Norton, Zachary Willis, Liz Michael. So you were the writer and director? Playwright, yes, absolutely. And then cast members. So Jonathan, tell me what were your thoughts behind this show?
I just wanted to create a piece of theater that could spark a conversation, spark dialogue, and also, actually, I would say this often, wanted to write a play that was basically kind of like a love letter to like little 12-year-old Jonathan, like sitting in the back of the church, listening to like the church sermons and sometimes hearing pastors give very homophobic sermons and just wanting to like create like a love letter to like that little 12-year-old Jonathan and all the like little 12-year-old Zachs and Jonathans and Ian Roberts. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because I do now. I saw this show. I told them this. I saw the show. Amazing work. And so the setting of the show, the church parking lot. Right. So outside in the church parking lot. So what was the idea of being in the parking lot and not necessarily being in the church?
Well, all the drama happens in the parking lot. That's where all the good stuff happens. I mean, come on. Yeah.
And so Liz and Zach, what was it like being part of this show? So I know how you feel already, Zach. So Liz, tell me, how did you feel in this show?
I channeled my inner butchness. It's not politically correct to say that, but beyond that, the humanness of Sis, her no nonsense and her huge heart. I had the honor to play the play mama to the character that was became Sis when I did Penny Candy, and so I could see both sides of Sis as this young drug dealer that was in a man's world, and all of the things that went on, and then she found her way back home to the church. She was embraced in some ways, and then she was shunned in some ways. So all of the complexities of that character, and then that she lived from her heart and embraced Pickles and embraced Naki's character, Effie. You know, she had these two youngsters that were grappling with their existence in the church and beyond the church. So it was just beautifully written by Jonathan. It was just a pleasure, and to share the stage with Ife Butler was the pinnacle.
Who also won an award.
She
tonight.
won
Yes,
Best Actor,
so
Best Featured Actress.
Well, awesome. So, Jonathan, Zach, Liz, congratulations. Job well done. And I hope you all had an amazing night. Good. All right. I'm sitting here with the cast of the best musical, Sister Act, Jubilee Theater. So, congratulations. I feel like you all win this award so many years in a row, which is well deserved.
Thank you.
You're about to cut me off, which is well deserved. Well deserved. No. So next to me is the director of the show. So, director, tell me your name and how did it feel working with these people behind you and next to you?
So my name is Kyra Haley, and pretty much everybody here, maybe with the exception of my beautiful sweaty Eddie for this show, I have worked with before in some capacity at Jubilee or in other places. So it was like coming home. It was family all the time. Yes, I love a good family show, and this is what this is.
So this was Jubilee's what I call y'all's big show.
Yes.
As you close out the season. Wambui, so how did doing this show, or where did the idea of coming specifically for doing this show?
It always comes from what a fun summer musical, what's something that can bring us all together, celebrate us all, celebrate the uniqueness that is Blackness, but also a fun family musical, and something that can close us out big and strong.
Okay. Awesome. Good question. Good response there. So I asked this question last year. I'm going to pose it again. Is this somebody's first time working with Jubilee? Okay. So tell me your name, and I want an honest answer. So how was it working with this group of people?
This was a magical experience for me. This was my first professional musical theater role. And so to be surrounded by such a wealth of talent and just love, it made for a beautiful experience. I'm so honored to be a part of this cast.
Okay, and tell me your name again.
Johnny Brown.
Johnny Brown, and you played?
I played Sweaty Eddie. Sweaty Eddie.
So with the multiple costume changes.
All the costume changes.
I know. Keandra and I talked about that earlier, about the choreographing that move, and I know with the costuming of that and everything that happens all at the same time in that part of the show. Ricky, how did it feel being part of this ensemble?
It was a lot of fun. No, there was a lot of running. That was very sacrificial for my legs. But it was great. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Jubilee Theater, as always, job well done, not just for Sister Act, but all of the work that you do. So congratulations. I hope you all enjoyed the night, and I can't wait to see what big summer show y'all do soon.
Thank you.